Thanks, Michaela.
That's for Dave. Except Dave's muted. Bye.
Did you go live yet? Thank God. Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen of the AACL, shortly around sometime this morning, terrible news struck one of our both of our most loved players in the AACL. Obviously, Dehayton from Penn State, and Mrs. Me, the newcomer wide receiver from Nebraska. Thank you. I almost said Auburn for some reason. They found out that they lost Mrs. Me's mother. As courtesy, as I would like to show in the AACL and to everybody here, if they allowed me, which I had the go-ahead from Mrs. Me and Crazy Canuck, to have a picture of Mrs. Me mom. And let's have a moment of silence. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Canuck family at this time.
Nothing compared to the team. My gang, we had to go hard. We came up with nothing prepared but a dream. No plan, we knew how to work, knew how to fall in love with the pain. No cap, when we on the field, we making them fall in love with the game. Gang, we go to war, we ain't gonna train. Keep 100, we go all the way. 11 hours and we call it a day. Up at 7, do it all again. That's my team. Any other team, we showing them up. The only direction we going is up. The only reflection of gold is us. Just think on my back, I got it front. We move as a unit. They wanna come for. You call it extra time, but we just call it an encore. Been ready to rumble, and we bringing it straight to your front door. Me and the team gon' leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away, and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All opposition is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All opposition is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. If you know, you know. Got victory state of mind, and you can't break the mold. Yeah, I'm with my team, we ain't about to fold. If we in it, we gon' win it. That's my ride or die. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away, and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All opposition is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All opposition is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Rep the colors, rep the numbers, rep each other. We gon' leave you dunked on.
Dun, 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 dun. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, fuck that. That ain't Dave. This is Ray. How you guys doing tonight in the AACL? Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Monday. But shockingly, everybody, well, not really shockingly. I mean, it is his channel and everything. Dave is here. What up, Dave? How you doing?
Dave's not here.
The crickets
What's
actually sold me. Holy shit.
Yeah, ba 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 ba. You can go fuck yourself, Ray. Ba 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 ba.
There you go. I'll clip that and we'll put it for the next Reycap.
Oh, great. Here we go. Another one. That's just what I need. That's what I fucking need.
Is wrong with you?
Listen, you put me and Dave in a booth, shit's gonna get weird, okay?
Shit is gonna go sideways.
Exactly.
Did
Hopefully-
you not see that fucking Nebraska game?
Oh, I think we all saw the Nebraska game. But if you didn't, I mean, we have the highlights, like always. I mean, AACL Reycap. It's just exactly what it's called. It's the Reycap. Didn't get to adjust the rules this week, so we won't see those. We won't see those today. Unfortunately, I didn't get to put my little fun and wits in there, like I said in the Discord. My job kept me back longer than I expected. So I apologize that I had to push back the Reycap a little bit, but at least I didn't have it cancel on me again like the previous 2 weeks. Speaking of the 2 weeks, we're not going to go over those. You pretty much already know everything throughout the Discord and throughout the tonight shows that we've done. So we're not going to go through that on this Reycap. So this Reycap is solely focused on the Week 7 matchups. So, like you said, we'll see that amazing matchup between Nebraska and Auburn. We'll see a great matchup between Florida and I almost said North Dakota. Notre Dame.
Ew.
We also got that. We got that great primetime matchup between UNLV and LSU coming up. Just a lot of fun things, and I'm glad to have Dave here with me. Because it's fun by myself, but it's always fun when you have an annoying person that wants to talk over you.
Well, you know, like a lot of things, it's fun to do by yourself, but it's always more fun with someone else.
What is wrong with you?
There's a lot of things wrong with them. Hey, what's wrong with North Dakota? Considering I'm in South Dakota, a lot. And I've learned a lot of things from clams, so fuck North Dakota. Anyways, going in the chat, Dave's best friend, Stream Element's always the first one in here.
My BFF.
Followed by that handsome motherfucker right there, Dave Axis. Then you got Private Clams. Oh. I guess Clams doesn't find you handsome, Dave. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that's because you're right here.
Oh. She don't even find me handsome. Don't lie to me. Coming in next, you got Crazy Canuck, or a.k.a. Day Hatin' A.
Hey.
Packer
Day.
Fred, Annie. And since Annie's here, I will go ahead and play this. Anastasia.
The Beeve.
The Beeve. We got Boonberry. And David Leathers coming in at the last second. What's up, Dave? How you doing? Let's go into the users in chat. See who's lurking. I see Twin Screws lurking. Michaela's lurking. Cornhub's lurking.
Dude, Twin Screw's always lurking, man.
Always goddamn lurking. That motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
Annie says, don't make me blush. What's up? I am doing tired. Is that even English, Leathers?
English. Do you speak it, motherfucker?
Yeah, that's not English. And I thought I had terrible English.
You do.
You still do.
I mean, I'm not lying. I fuck up my English from time to time, but who doesn't?
You do. You do.
At least I'm not like the one chick that was at the fucking athletic who was announcing the athletic shit and she just started dropping like shits and fuck this team constantly. I was
Actually,
just like, damn, that suits Oakland very well.
It does. You know, half my family's from Oakland, so I know from firsthand. That's true.
Like, how can you tell me you're tired of the person who runs that team without telling me you're tired of the person who runs that team?
Hey, the best English though that I've ever heard is this.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Oh my god.
Oh, we're gonna play that shit. I don't know. It's right up there with Hawk Tua. I'm not sure which one I like better.
Nope.
Where is Hawk Tua? What server is that in?
I don't know, bro.
We gotta get Cornhub to invite us.
Yeah, we need more servers and more sounds because it only takes me 20 minutes to find one fucking sound on here. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, there it is. So, option A.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Option B.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to it. Spit on that thing.
You get me? You get me?
Fucking hate both of them, honestly.
They're my two favorites.
Of course they are. Anyways, guys. Annie says A all day, so she's with the Cash Me Outside.
Oh, there you go.
So you got to vote there. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into the Reycap. We're going to start off. We're always going to go in a row here. So we're going to start off with the first Tuesday game. We're going to end with the last Thursday game. So we're going to start off with Missouri and Alabama. Alabama trying to continue that win streak, but Missouri coming off that impressive 4 overtime win over Auburn. As they started off hot, Jared Lorenzo finding his wide receiver in the end zone for the touchdown. 3rd and 11 for Alabama. Everywhere is throwing down the field. J-Rock with a nice diving leap to get the first down. Look at that man. He was just smiling after that play. Everywhere fakes the handoff to the running back. He's going to run it in himself for the Alabama touchdown. Alabama takes the 3-point lead. Already in the second quarter, 2nd and 10. Jared Lorenzo's just feeling that pressure. He's getting sacked straight to the ground by Shane Thompson. They would shortly punt after that. Bama would drive down the field, makes it 3rd and goal everywhere. Feeling comfortable in the pocket, then finding his receiver in the back of the end zone. That's Trayvon Hunter. We'll bring it up 17-0 shortly into the 3rd quarter. It's just been field goals all day, so you don't get to see that, unfortunately. 23-13 is the score. As everywhere throws a dot to the right side to his wide receiver. We'll pick up the first down later on in the drive. It's 3rd and 5. Everywhere's just standing there. He sees the pressure to his right, but he doesn't let it bother him because it's Windham's sink with the 17-yarder. Brings Bama up 30-13. They would take a field goal shortly thereafter to make it 33-13, but Missouri looks like they're not going down without a fight. Let Shiloh Banks run it in for a touchdown. Everywhere says, nah, this game's on ice, buddy. Throws it down the left side for the long touchdown to Trayvon Hunter. Bama goes up 40-20, and this is the final moments for Missouri. Can they get the first down? They have the first down, but it's going to be more as Javian Hester will run it into the end zone. Make it 40-27. They get the ball back, 1.5 minutes left. They just need 2 touchdowns. Can they do it? They got the one there to Anthony Jackson for 19 yards, but the comeback would fall short. Alabama would retain the lead and the win. 40-34, your final score. Your stats of the game. I do it the way I do stats now. I don't get every human AI in there now. Or human AI. What the fuck am I talking
What
about?
the fuck is a human AI, bro? You
I
doing
know.
something? You doing something that I don't know about?
That's that shit from iRobot with Will Smith.
It must be.
Yeah. I don't get every human player in there now. I just get like the top from like a quarterback, halfback, and wide receiver into defense. That's pretty much all I'm doing. So as you see, Jared Lorenzen, 28 for 34, 311 yards, had 3 touchdowns and 82% throughout the game. Shiloh Banks, 18 attempts, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 19 yards. Anthony Jackson, the tight end, what I considered was the top receiver of the day for Missouri. 4 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Edward Diggs, the middle linebacker, the top defensive player of that game, 10 tackles and 2 for a loss. Unfortunately, Missouri's defense just wasn't there at all today. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, I think this trio of Alabama wide receivers, J-Rock, Wyndham Sink, and Trayvon Hunter, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, might be the best wide receiver trio in the AACL.
They're definitely up there. I mean,
Dude, all three of them have been playing great. All 3 of them.
With human players, yeah, I would definitely give it the Alabama as well.
Well, you can't compare him to Cam Sullivan, Brown. I mean, let's not get crazy.
I wasn't even comparing them to Cam Sullivan.
To who?
To Cam. There you go.
I put the ball on the tee. He's like, whiff.
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Over on the Crimson Tide side, everywhere, 28 for 34, had 353 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 82% completion rating. Connor Darien had 16 attempts for 52 yards, but he also had 7 catches for 50 yards. Trayvon Hunter, 4 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. And on the defensive side, Jeremy Mosley, 10 tackles and 3 for a loss.
Is Keith, are you stating fact or is that your opinion in the chat? That's interesting that he said that.
Statistically, Alabama definitely has the best wide receiver core in the league. I would believe it. I mean,
Wow.
you just saw Trayvon Hunter, 2
Well,
touchdowns. Sink was extending plays.
Right, but Alabama's only really been on point the last few weeks, and we're in week 8. We're coming up on week 8, so where were they the first half of the season so far?
I mean, you can clearly see over there, they're on that 3-win streak right now with that 5-2 record. Their next game, they're going to be traveling to the they're going to be actually going home and facing the Ohio State Buckeyes Wednesday night at 8:30. That will be your marquee matchup for week 8, I believe. Over on Missouri's side, they're going to have to take Florida at home. That'll be the game before the marquee matchup, with Missouri now taking that 2-5 record and seeing if they can mend some fences there. Crazy Hawk Tua me outside. How about that thing?
Dude, book it. Somebody screenshot that. Let's get somebody to say it, and let's put it in the soundboard.
We could probably get Clams to say it.
Right? How does it? Where's that at again?
Clams, you want to be a soundboard?
Tua me outside. How about that thing?
You want to be a soundboard?
Yes.
Do I actually have to try?
Hey, Clams, when you grow up, do you want to be a soundboard?
Go ahead, try. Go ahead and try right now.
What do I?
Just say what Crazy said. Hawk Tua me outside. How about that thing?
Ha, Tua, me out. I can't do this.
She was going like every word.
I think she was trying to.
Tua me outside. How about that?
You forgot thing.
Thing.
Somebody's got to splice that shit
I
together.
gotta work on it. You guys put pressure on me. I can't do this.
And you don't have to actually spit and do the spit thing when you say it like the chick does.
Anyway, that was the first game. That was an exciting matchup to watch on. When do we do this? Tuesday? The first game on Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
That was actually an exciting game. That was a great way to kick off the week.
It was good to go riding Yo and Joe Cooley, baby. I liked it. You know what's funny? People were saying game 1, they were like, oh my God, this is the game of the week already. Suckers.
Yeah, as you'll see later on, that's not the only candidate for game of the week as well. But anyways, congratulations to the Crimson Tide, 5-2. I mean, honestly, that team looks like they've been unstoppable since they've lost to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they're the number 2 team in the country going into this past week. Let's see if they can hold on to that.
Let's see. Well, that's the end of game 1. We'll move on to game 2 that happened right after Missouri, Alabama. We got the Hurricanes taking on the Virginia Tech Hokies. You got a 1st and 10, and immediately at the first fucking play of the game, that rusted, broken down car throws an interception to the Hurricanes. Terrible fucking reading by Monte Carlo. 1st and 10 after the interception. Look at him have time in the pocket, just doing a little dance there, just jumping up and down. Finds Artist God down the field. Then he hands it off to Jimmy Slickpants for the 4-yard touchdown. Hurricanes take the early lead. And you got a 3rd and goal. Virginia Tech driving down the field. They say, "Hey, I'm not okay with this." They throw it to a payout, who pays them out a touchdown. We got a tie game. 2nd and 11. He's trying to throw it over the middle like his hero Monte Carlo. It's getting intercepted. Hockey's defense. Hokies. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yogi Barr with that interception. Yeah, Hawk Tua.
Hockey.
The Hockey Tua.
Oh my God.
Bullet
We like to expand our vocabulary on this show.
Yeah. We are gonna expand our vocabulary. Bullet Beliski would find Anastasia twice on that drive, leading them down to the end zone for a touchdown, makes it 17-13, and Jimmy Slickpants in the Wildcat formation bounces off the defender, shrugs off the second one along his legs, the third one on his legs, and that motherfucker is seeing green as he's walking down into the end zone for the Hurricanes touchdown.
That motherfucker.
Very next drive, Monte Carlo finding his wide receiver in the end zone. That's Ace Fennick with the touchdown. Hokies would be down by 4, 39 seconds left in the second. They would get the ball right back. He's trying to find some magic once again as he finds his receiver down the right side for the long completion. 1st and goal, only down by 4. They can punch it in the end zone here, and they will with Tyrese Sanders. They will take the 27-24 lead. The Hurricanes will come out of the halftime, kicking a field goal to tie it up as they hand the ball off to, I believe that's a wide receiver, but he fucking has the case of a fumbleitis. Gives it right back to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes saying, "Hey, we're going to stick with what works. We're going to give it to Jimmy Slickpants." Jimmy Slickpants holding the ball, keeping it close to his chest. He's going to find 22 on the run there, just bouncing off defenders. Later on in the drive, in the red zone, 3rd and 12, Bullets in the backfield. He's looking. He sees the pressure. He can't get the ball off quick enough. As Albert Begin would get his first sack, dropping him to a 4th and 19. The Hurricanes would be forced to take a field goal. The Hokies would just give it right back on a 3 and out. And Bullet just does what Bullet does best, throwing it to Grant Hardaway on the left side. Fakes the handoff to Jimmy Slickpants, and he's finding a god in the end zone to give them a 10-point lead. Now in the 4th quarter, the Hokies offense can't do shit, and seems like neither can their defense as they let Anastasia just burn them for 50 yards. Puts the Hurricanes up 44-27. Finally, we see the offensive side of Virginia Tech. He's throwing it short, and I tell you what, that offense just go right back to the bench. Or honestly, you can just stay out there because that's a pick 6 by the Hurricanes defense. They'll run it in the end zone. 1st and goal. They finally know what a fucking touchdown is as they throw it wide open to Caleb Smith. They would go for 2. They would fail for 2. 3rd and goal just to put the knife into the chest of Virginia Tech. Bullet Beliski would run it in. And ladies and gentlemen, would you believe it or not? You can finally see the U being jumped in victory. The Hurricanes know what a fucking W is as they win the game 58-33 behind the 28-point 4th quarter.
Don't let it ever be said there's no W in Miami.
I mean, there is. It's just upside down in an M.
It's right. It's Miami.
YM.
Hey, listen. First of all, glad they got their first W. And I'm glad that they got it like it wasn't a close game, right? They didn't have to worry on clock management, thank God. They just fucking pounded Virginia Tech. But also, like I mentioned, the Alabama receivers, the previous game, Jimmy Slickpants might be the best running back in the league right now.
I definitely agree. As you look at the stats there, I mean, Bullet Belitsky, 21 for 29. He had 274 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 72% completion rating. But you talk about Slick Pants. Look at his numbers of that game. 28 attempts, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns. One of them he took in a quarterback position and ran the Wildcat pretty much all on his own. Then you throw in Anastasia Beaverhausen in there. 7 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. She pretty much lit up that Virginia Tech defense. And Luther Vandross Jr. on the defense of Miami had the 12 tackles, 3 for a loss, and a fumble, and a forced fumble. But overall,
I mean, anytime you throw a beaver into something, it's going to be a party anyway. So,
Jesus.
Thank you very much.
There you go. You got your drums. You happy for that one?
I am. I was wondering where she was a few minutes ago. I'm like, is this thing on?
Apparently not.
Nope.
Over on the other side for Virginia Tech, you got that rusted piece of shit car, Monte Carlo. 28 for 37.
I heard they re-upped their OnStar this week.
Well, we'll see if that fixes itself next week. 28 for 37, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 75% completion rating. Bogey Barr only had 20 attempts for 83 yards. Ace Fennick, their top wide receiver, with 4 catches, 64 yards, and the touchdown. And Yogi Barr on that defense, 9 tackles, 1 for a loss, and taking that interception in the first quarter. Next game for the Hokies, they're going to be at home against Tennessee. That'll be your last game Thursday at 10 o'clock with their record going 2-5, 3 straight losses. Man, I would think about just selling that piece of junk car and trying to find something else.
You know, it's hard to get rid of old relics like that, bro.
I mean, I can do it pretty damn well good.
Pretty damn well good.
Pretty damn well good. That's some Southern right there.
I speak some good English.
I speak the good Englishes.
I speak of the good English.
That was borderline right there.
I didn't know what the fuck I said.
It was fucking borderline, man. All right, Reycap's canceled after this week. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Congratulations, Penn State.
What is wrong with you?
Next week, the Hurricanes will see if they can continue their win streak that they just found. 1-6. Finally, nobody in this league doesn't have a win, as they will travel on to face actually Clamsy Whamsy, our soundboard operator, and Auburn. They'll be facing Wednesday at 10 p.m., the last game on Wednesday. Hey, Clamsy, are you going to be the second team to lose to Miami, or are you actually going to show up and play?
Nope.
I'm not sure if that was to the
which one?
no. Yeah, to which part?
I'm
Listen.
pretty excited about what we're doing right now. I'm hoping we find our feet. I'm hoping Pink Lisa might have figured it out. Give me the fucking ball, and we'll have a good game.
And we're,
You know, all you had to really tell Ray was "Catch me outside." How about that?
That's all you had to say.
Nope.
Oh, we'll move on into the Reycap. Oh, I forgot to mention the Missouri-Alabama highlights only lasted 2 minutes. The shortest amount of highlights I've had to put together in this season so far, and I guarantee that's including the 2 weeks that I miss.
Wow.
Oh, it was just a field goal after field goal.
Damn it.
And we all know how we feel about kickers, Dave.
Kickers suck. Fuck the kickers. The kickers can suck it. Kick this. That's all I got.
All right. I was just letting you go for as long as you need to.
I know.
Shut your butt.
Shut your butt, kickers.
We'll move on to game 3, which honestly left my head scratching because how the fuck did this happen? Syracuse and Tennessee. As you can see, the impact player For Tennessee, it was Flash Freddy, like it always is. Because, I mean, if you got a name of Flash Freddy, where can you go wrong on the running game?
Exactly.
As you can see, Syracuse already scored a field goal. And look at that impact player immediately go out onto the fucking field. I didn't even have to cut this. I just let it go like it is because Flash Freddy ran down the field to get the first touchdown of the game for Tennessee. Look at him celebrating. He says, "I'm fast, bitch." Syracuse would get the ball right back. Taz says, "Hey, I can do the same thing. Look at me run down the sideline trying to break everybody," but he's getting caught, unlike Flash Freddy. They would later go down in the drive in the red zone, fakes the handoff, then does the perfect pitch to Why He Hate Me for the 8-yard touchdown. Syracuse would take the 3-point lead, make it a 6-point lead after they score a field goal. 3rd and 4, Rodney Dangerfield's looking at, but he finds a different type of orange. That's a darker orange. That's a Syracuse orange, just running down the left side, and even Dangerfield can't catch him because that's going in for a pick 6. For Syracuse, they would be up 20-10. You got 7 minutes in the second quarter. Taz says, "Hey, I can do that too," but you're not getting a pick 6 off of it. Tennessee would get the 3 points off of that interception. They would get the ball right back. 4 minutes left. As you see, Rodney Dangerfield breaks the tackle, and he's running down the right side. He's going to find his way into the end zone and tie this game up 20-all. 3 minutes left. Taz is in the red zone. Taz says, "Hey, look, open field right over there. Nobody's even paying attention to me." We'll take the 7-point lead right back. Dangerfield fakes the handoff to his running back, does a little dance, but that little dance results in an interception on the sideline for Syracuse, his second interception thrown on the day. It'll be 2nd and 4. Taz is throwing down the field. He's got a cannon of the arm, but unfortunately, he finds the white jersey of Tennessee for his second interception of the day. Tennessee would do absolutely bumfuck nothing with that turnover, but that pitch, that beautiful pitch by Taz, hands it off to his running back, Nick Warner. He's running down 36 yards for the Syracuse touchdown. Now up by 11. You got a 1st and 10 by Dangerfield. He has all time in the pocket. He's finding James Walters over there on the right side for the 21-yard completion. Dangerfield has the pitch option. He says, "Nah, I don't really feel like pitching it. I just feel like running it down to Syracuse throats." Picks up 23 on the run later on. 2nd and 1, 5 minutes left. He's throwing a complete bomb to the corner to Ziggy for the touchdown. Tennessee would go for 2. They would fail, so they're still down by 5 as Syracuse finds the open man down the right side. One man's the beat, breaks him off, but unfortunately the pack caught up after him. Chester chest. Beautiful catch and run. As you go to a 2nd and 5 to hand it off to the backup running back. That's Ed Hendricks. Syracuse would score a touchdown. Make it 41-29. Tennessee now in the danger zone. Not the danger field, the danger zone, as he tries to throw a corner touchdown, but that's getting intercepted by Syracuse. And the craziness of this week continues as Syracuse would go on to beat Rocky Top 41-29. I think that's even crazier than Miami blowing out their opponent for the first win.
I think this is the upset of the week for sure. Syracuse has been like just done nothing, and Tennessee was, on an upward trajectory.
Football sucks.
And I don't know what happened in this game. I don't know. Tennessee just shit the bed, and Syracuse just crushed them.
Yeah, I would be careful over there to tight end for Auburn because Syracuse has a better record than your Auburn Tigers. As you can see, they are 3-4 on the season now. Their next game, they will be going to Nebraska to face Dave Axis Jr., Mrs. Me, Polly Truth, and what I like to call the new Pink Lisa of Brooke.
Syracuse looking to go 3-5?
If they can do it. I mean,
No, that means they're going to lose to us, bro.
yeah. Wait, yeah, I know what that means. You sitting here getting me confused now. I know what that means. Y'all are 2-5 right now.
Yeah, we'll be 3-5. They'll be in 3-5 at the end of that game. Works out perfect.
Oh, I don't think so. The way Brooke's been throwing we'll get the Brooke later on in the show.
Oh, fucking A, we will.
Yeah. But the way she's been throwing passes, I don't know about that right now, Dave. As you can see, Syracuse lit it up in the first quarter, 20 points to Tennessee 7, and then it was just straight sevens on the slot machine for Syracuse to get the win against Tennessee. Taz von Wolfswinkel, only 12 for 16 and 119 yards, throwing 2 interceptions, but he was 75% completion rating today. Nick Warner, pretty much the offense for Syracuse. He had 16 attempts for 154 yards and a touchdown. Chester Chesty, top wide receiver with 4 catches, 70 yards. Vinny Bombats, 3 tackles, 2 interceptions for 58 yards and a touchdown on that amazing pick 6. Over on Tennessee's side, you got Dangerfield. He threw for 23 for 34, 265 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions with a 67% completion rating. Fab Freddy had 14 attempts for 132 yards and a touchdown. James Walters had 7 for 104. And James Klein had 12 tackles, 1 ATK, and the interception on Taz. Crazy Canuck, that makes about 16 of us, Dave. I don't know what that comment's about.
I don't know either, actually.
Vols must have run out of jarred corn, or they broke into an especially good batch.
Or they had too much of it, maybe.
Definitely looks like they had too much, because if you're out picking Taz von Wolfswinkel, you're doing something wrong. You've got to be either high, or you just replaced yourself with a high school quarterback.
Yeah, listen. Everybody is allowed, to shit the bed one game or whatever. I think this is Tennessee's shit the bed moment. I think they'll be okay. I'm more interested to find out, is this just an anomaly for Syracuse because Tennessee shit the bed, or can Syracuse repeat this? Hopefully not next week, but to continue to win some games, because they're going to need it. Syracuse needs to win ball games, so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple weeks.
Syracuse does need to get back up in those rankings, and they're looking like Syracuse. What was looking like they were going to be that bottom team of the season. They're slowly keeping their name in that race. They're not being that bottom team that I once thought they were going to be after the preseason tournament. They're staying near the .500 range. They're kind of doing a little dance, making a little love with it. I think they'll find their rhythm going into the second half of the season.
We'll see.
As you see, like we announced, Syracuse will go to Nebraska to face them Thursday, 7 p.m. Tennessee has a date at Virginia Tech, the last game on Thursday. Their record now 4-3, with Syracuse becoming 3-4. We'll move on to our next game, which was the marquee matchup of the week. That is going to be UNLV taking on LSU, and I still love those uniforms of UNLV. It seems like
they look almost as good as Florida's swamp ones.
You can get out of here with that shit. Darius Gardner will rush it 26 yards up the gut for LSU. Make it a 2nd and 10 later on in the drive. Larry Ballin just couldn't get the ball away, as Peter McLongfellow would take him down for a sack. I forget the reason why that was there. But 1st and 10, Larry Ballin's throwing down the middle of the field. He finds a wide open fucking Ray Colston for the 57-yard LSU touchdown. They would take the early lead in this matchup. Robo handing it off to Fillmore Slim. He'll rush it up 27 yards. Later on in the drive, 2nd and 6, he hands it off once again. That's not Fillmore Slim. That is actually Spencer Briggs with the 12-yard rushing touchdown to put the Rebels back even with LSU. LSU later on would take a field goal. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a shiny Charizard. Holy shit. Look at the shiny Charizard. Anyways, after that, sorry, I'm a big Pokemon nerd. 17-7 is your score. They tried the little pitch back, but LSU would pick up the fumble. So LSU would get possession right back. They would do absolutely nothing with it. The Rebels would drive down the field once again, looking to punch it in the end zone. They will find Matty Britton for the 7-yard touchdown. puts them back within 3. 17-14, you got the third quarter, throwing down the left side. He'll find Doug Britton for the 23-yard reception. Rebels would take the field goal to tie it up. Larry Ballin dropping back on the next drive. He's looking, doing a little dance, making a little, there's the fucking Shuckle. Holy shit, that's my favorite fucking Pokemon ever. Look at that Shuckle. Look at him do the little dance. Look at him. Oh, what a good little boy. I don't know what happened on that last play, but who the fuck cares? Larry Ballin, he's dropped back looking again. He finds a wide open receiver. That's Essex Denabola. Later on in the drive, he hands it off to Brute Bandit. Brute Bandit making sure his knee was all right there, but he still punches it in for the LSU touchdown. It's 31-17 heading into the fourth quarter. You got Robo doing a perfect pitch. I believe that's Fillmore Slim, and Fillmore Slim trying to beat the defenders, but he couldn't do it. He'll get dropped down. The Rebels would go for it on fourth down. They would fucking fail miserably as LSU would try to throw it down the field saying, hey, we got nothing to lose, as they give it right back to the Rebels. And that was the first interception of the game. Throughout this entire game, there was 10 deflections on the defensive side of both sides before somebody finally got an interception. As Matty Britton brings the game within 6, one stop would help UNLV, but they just couldn't do it as Larry Ballin would rush 11, and that would put the nail in the coffin. LSU would survive in Las Vegas with the W. They would take it 31-24. And like I said, on both defensive sides, it would take 10 deflections before we finally saw an interception in this game. That is absolutely ridiculous, and these teams should be sponsored by Butterfingers.
I'm sorry, I was on the fucking phone with pest control right now trying to get rid of that shit on the screen.
What shit?
Whatever the fucking shit you had on that fucking screen.
Oh, it was better than the shit that was behind it.
You mean the player of the week?
What you think is the player of the week? Crazy Canuck.
Certified
Ray, my laptop
badass.
is broken now. The Pokeball I threw broke my screen. Crazy wanted that shiny Charizard. I am so sorry, Crazy. He just randomly showed up. Say his name. Joe Hendry. Is that who we're talking about? Anyways. We're not talking.
Say his name.
I don't even know who the fucking guy is.
Racy McMath. Racy McMath is hard.
As you can see, I still fucked up Robo's name. I still call him Rob.
Fucking Rob. Fucking Rob.
Rob is the one. 17 for 29 on the day, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, only had a 58% completion rating. Fillmore Slim had 19 attempts for 97 yards. Maddie Britton had 6 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. She's technically an AI, but god damn it, I could not put her in this. Xavier Thomas had 7 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 tackle for a loss. Also had that interception for 3 yards. Over on the LSU side, Larry Ballin was 17 for 31, 259 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 54% completion rating. Larry Ballin was also the top running back of the game, 24 attempts for 100 yards. You could call him Lamar Jackson if you want. Fucking Ray Colston had 4 catches for 91 yards and that long touchdown right down the middle. And Lasha, long-ass last name, 8 tackles, 1 for a loss, a deflection, and a fumble recovery. Both offenses just seemed weak. It just seems like they relied on their defense a lot. They would do a little bit short plays every now and then, kick a field goal when it was necessary. The only time they would actually punch it in the end zone is when they actually got close to that goal line.
This was a really good game. I really like that Racy McMath had such a great game. And for those of you who have trouble with numbers, Racy McMath is hard.
Jesus Christ. UNLV's next game, they will be traveling to Iowa.
What's wrong with you?
It would be the last game on Tuesday as they
That was a racy joke. Hey yo. Oh, Clams, come on, baby. Come on.
Nope.
Come on. Show Daddy
Nope.
a little love. Come on.
Nope.
Daddy.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
There it is.
That's the best.
UNLV would start out 5-0 in this season, but they would drop 2 straight now. Let's see if they can go into Hawkeye territory, or I apologize, Hawk Tua territory.
I don't
And-
have that sound.
I know you don't have that sound,
What? She doesn't have which sound?
the Hawk Tua.
How come?
I don't think she's a part of that.
Oh, we have to fix that. Here you go. I'll hook you up.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
You get me?
Let's see if they can take that 5-2 record and possibly make it a 6-2 against Iowa tomorrow night. Or are they going to drop 3 straight after their undefeated run, just crushing right in front of them? LSU, on the other hand,
I kind of hope not, Ray. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I kind of hope not, because all that talk, remember earlier, was how they weren't playing, how they were only playing the newer teams, right? The new additional teams at the bottom of the standings from last season when they went on their win streak. Now they're starting to play some tough teams and they're losing games. I hope that's not going to continue.
hopefully not. LSU, on the other hand, they'll go against Notre Dame next Thursday, or this Thursday, not next Thursday. This Thursday, they go against Notre Dame, and they'll be seeing Touchdown Jesus, and hopefully they can knock down the Fighting Irish after the Fighting Irish found their groove in their game that we'll see here in a little bit. But they'll take that 5-2 record. They'll go to Notre Dame and see if they can't make it a 6-2 as well, with their win streak now back at 1. We'll move on to game number 5, the last game Wednesday night. That was, of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes hosting Kansas, and it was a rainy one in this game. As you see, 2nd and 6, Howitzer just bouncing off a defender. The defender couldn't drag him down, but the third one did. Dragged him for 10 yards. That would be Zach Elliott with the sack. Kansas, I think they punted it away, but they got it right back. And as you see, I've never seen this before ever, and I was waiting for it to happen sometime this season. But Howitzer just threw an interception straight to, I believe that was P. Fedor. P. Fedor would get the interception. Ryan Davis would just easily run it in for 7, put the Buckeyes up ahead. I don't know what kind of tackle attempt that was, but it didn't do anything. It looked like he was just trying to give him a hug like he would a grandma. Howitzer would run down the left side, pick up 24 on the run. 2nd and 7 later on in the drive. He hands it off to Tony Ava. That range is being so slick. Nobody can tackle that man. He runs it down the field for 30 yards. Puts him in the red zone. 1st and goal. Fakes the handoff, and Howitzer, doing what his last name says, he runs a lot, and he runs it in the end zone for the touchdown. Ties up the game. Buckeyes would take control. Hands it off to Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis trucks a man, and he continues jogging down the field for 21 yards. Later on in the drive, 3rd and 8. Nate Hall dropped back looking, laughs at the man who just fell right in front of him as he finds a wide open Michael Jenkins down the middle of the field. Takes the lead right back, 14-7. Kansas says, nah, we're not playing like that. They find an open TJ Hendricks on the right side, ties it right back up. We're still in the first quarter, by the way. Take notes, Missouri, Alabama. Nate Hall would get sacked for 2 yards trying to escape from pressure there from Anthony Anderson. They would go ahead and punt the ball. Kansas would get it back. It's a 3rd and 9. They find a receiver right there to the left. TJ Hendricks once again being the bailout for Kansas, as they throw in the end zone to Tristan to take their first lead of the game, 21-14. Hands it off to Ryan Davis. He's running up the gut untouched until he gets sandwiched by 2 defenders. That'll bring it to a 1st down. They are now in the red zone. Nate Hall's looking, finding his man in the corner. That's Michael Jenkins once again for the 2nd touchdown of the game. Ties it right up. 44 seconds left in the first half. Howitzer trying to find a man, but all he's finding is a Buckeye. That'll be intercepted. Now we got 31 seconds left on the side of Kansas. Nate Hall drops back. He's throwing a ball down the field. He finds a Ty Bird dancing around in the end zone to take the lead going into a half. 28-21. Nate Hall would get the ball right back after the half. He's throwing down the field once again, finding his man with a beautiful diving catch. They would take a field goal after that. Pretty much that's all it was in the field goals going in the first half of that 3rd quarter. But as you see right here, Nate Hall learning he has wheels, running down the field for a 74-yard Buckeye touchdown. And look how happy he is. Look how excited he was to be able to do that. 2nd and 10, Howitzer throwing down the right side. He has a man wide open right there running down the field. That's Stuart Zamalia with the 31-yard catch. Howitzer now taking himself again. He has the pitch option if he needs it. He gets the pitch option right in front of a defender. Tony Ava being able to grab that ball, take it 25 yards, take it in the red zone. As you see, 3rd and goal, Howitzer trying to find somebody open. He's finding nothing. He's finding a fucking Buckeye in the Buckeye end zone. OSU would take it, run it down the field. Nate Hall's trying to do a little pitch out himself, and he says, nah, I got the strength. Nobody can drag me down. He runs it in for 14 yards and the touchdown. 5 minutes left. It looks like it's Ohio State's game. But Howitzer saying, nah, the game's not over until the fat lady sings, and I haven't seen the fat lady yet. Finds TJ Hendricks for 35 yards. It's 2nd and inches, can still get the first down, but he's pitching it out to Tony Ava. Tony Ava shrugs off a man. He runs it in for the 6-yard touchdown. Kansas now only down by a little as he's throwing it down the field. He finds once again Tony Ava. That's actually, I don't think that's Tony Ava. That's TJ Hendricks. He runs it for 69 yards. They need this onside kick if they want to try to win the game. It bounces into the hands of the Buckeyes, and he's just running it up and getting tackled. And the Buckeyes would survive the Kansas comeback. And ladies and gentlemen, don't look now. After starting out 0-3, the Buckeyes are now 4-3 into this season with a 45-40 win over Kansas. My God, we never thought the Buckeyes would start out slow, but they're showing that it doesn't matter if they start out slow. They are now hot and running, Dave.
Would you say that behind Penn State, obviously, are they the hottest team in the AACL?
Nope.
Well, we're not counting Auburn, Clam, so there's no reason for you to be saying no.
I mean, Auburn won like 1 in a row. What the fuck? You won 4 in a row, right? And they beat Kansas, who we all know is a top 5 team because they've been parked at number 5 fucking almost all season, right?
They've been bribing that number 5 spot.
Yeah. I mean, between Penn State, maybe Alabama, and Ohio State, those are probably your 3, best teams, I think, right now. The rankings won't reflect that this week probably since, Ohio State lost 3 games to start the season, so they got to work their way up. But I kind of feel like Ohio State is in the middle of doing what Alabama already did, right? Worked their way up, and now Alabama's up at 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ohio State in the top 4.
No, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ohio State in the top 4. With that being said, I will share you guys what I did for the top 10. Since it doesn't get seen in the 2-night show, I figured I could just go ahead and throw it at the end of the show here. Dave, if you want to throw out your top 10, you're more than welcome to. Clams, you don't do a top 10, so nobody cares.
Fuck you!
She's like, fuck you. She's looking for the fuck you, Ray soundboard.
Yeah, too bad there isn't one. But yeah, Ohio State. I mean, you said one of the top hot teams in this game.
I think they're one of the top 3 hottest teams. Yeah, for sure.
Penn State obviously the hottest, and you got Bama coming out of nowhere and just pretty much dominating where they need to dominate. LSU was that hot team, but I feel like they've fallen down a little bit since they've lost those 2 home games. So I would say Ohio State is definitely in that top 3. I would agree with you, Dave.
Yeah, I'd say, like I said, not necessarily the best teams, but the hottest teams. And we know that this can be, a game of streaks, as we've seen, right? UNLV was on a win streak. Now they're on a lose streak. Alabama was on a lose streak, on a win streak. Same with Ohio State. This is a game of streaks, so you got to try to be hot at the right time. Don't shoot your load too early. And I think Ohio State is just kind of getting in their groove, and they could do some damage still.
They definitely could. I mean, look at that. Nate Hall at 19 for 22, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, had an 86% completion rating. I didn't include his rushing stats because, we're not – I'm trying to stick it to one goal in mind. Quarterback, his goal is to pass and possibly hand off the ball to his running back. As you see, Ryan Davis had 27 attempts, 196 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ty Bird had 6 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. And over on the defensive side, I had to give it to Gerald Pope. 6 tackles and also has those 2 interceptions for 22 yards.
2 picks. 2 picks is a big deal in this league, right? A lot of DBs and linebackers, whatever, can get 1, but if you can get 2, you're doing something special that game.
Over in the chat, Michaela, you missed the two Pokemons. I don't know who Racy is, but there was two Pokemons that showed up during those highlights. It was P. Fedora. Thank you, Crazy. Gunny says, I hope I'm late enough to miss the Syracuse highlights. Why would you want to miss the Syracuse highlights? They won. They beat Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michaela, Ray sounds like he's already losing his voice. I'm pretty much am. I think I'm coming down with something, honestly. So we'll get there when we get there. Michaela, you did not miss the Nebraska highlights. Those are going to be last. I do them in order from when they were played. So we started off with Tuesday, and we'll end it with Friday. Michaela, I was busy with something else. Good, because anything else is more important than seeing two Pokemon pop up on the screen randomly.
It's okay. I already called pest control. We're good.
Crazy Canuck needs a new screen because apparently he tried to catch the Pokemon.
What the fuck, bro?
Ohio State's next game, they will travel to Tuscaloosa. They will take on the Crimson Tide, who, honestly, we talk about top 3 teams being on fire. We're about to see 2 of them next week at 8:30. Who's going to survive that heat stroke, Dave?
Nobody, probably. We're going to have 14 teams after that game.
All the fans are going to fucking faint in that stadium. Man. Like I said, Ohio State, 4 straight. They are now 4-3 on the season. Climbing up in that top 10 rankings, might I add, because everybody else just keeps dropping, and it's Ohio State's gain for everybody losing right in front of them. Kansas City. Go ahead.
I haven't totaled up the rankings yet, but I will tell you it's going to be very interesting in the top probably top 5 or 6, because you had a lot of top teams this week actually finally win. So is there going to be much movement? That's going to be the interesting thing to find out.
Over on the other side, Kansas's Howitzer Mick runs a lot. 28 for 35, 405 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and an 80% completion rating. You also got Tony Ava with 16 attempts for 99 yards and a touchdown. TJ Hendricks had 6 catches for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Anthony Anderson on the defense had 11 tackles, 3 for a loss, and a sack. He was pretty much the only one on the defensive side that I saw that actually decided to show up and play today for Kansas. Kansas's next game, they will travel to Penn State to try and knock off an undefeated Penn State Nittany Lions. That'll happen Tuesday.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
That will
Dude,
be
I don't know. I don't know
if
I don't know if Penn. Yeah, that's a great one, right? Kansas. I mean, let's be honest. 45-40, a 5-point loss to Ohio State is nothing to be ashamed of. Ohio State and Kansas both in that mid-tier of teams right now, trying to get in that upper echelon. Penn State at the top. But Penn State playing at home, it's going to be a tough one for Kansas, but that should be a great game to kick off Week 8.
Yeah, as you see, 4-3 record. They're on that 1-loss streak after taking the win in Week 6. Kansas and Penn State should be a hell of a game. It depends on if Penn State wants to do their slow start and then run it up in the second half of the quarter, or if Kansas just wants to do that quick start and then just take it all the way and try to give Penn State their first loss. I'll definitely be paying attention to that because that should be one hell of a matchup that we see next week. Probably my early pick for game of the week.
Yeah, Kansas has a reputation. They're the only ones. Remember, they were the first team to beat Auburn. So can they also be the first team to beat Penn State? Yeah, I mean they're going to be labeled in a positive way if they can do that and be that. They're going to be that giant killer team, right? That could definitely be Kansas.
Kansas was the first team to beat Auburn? You're talking about this season?
Yeah. No, ever.
Okay. All right. I was about to say this season. That was Penn State.
Yeah, no, this beating Auburn this season, not a big fucking chore.
Well, I mean, in the beginning of the season, that was the big chore. Because Auburn was coming out of that preseason tournament as champions.
Yeah, but yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Well, I mean, we got the battle of who can which one of these teams that has beaten Auburn can fucking beat each other. You got Penn State that beat Auburn early in the season at week 1, and you got Kansas that was the first one to ever beat Auburn. Gunny, could I hear Clams yell at Ray again about top 10? That's been tonight's highlight, in my opinion. She yells at me about a lot of things, Gunny. You wanna say your top 10?
My top 10?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you?
I'm saving mine for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You wanna say your top 10?
I will.
Nobody cares. Anyway,
That's fucked up.
I'm trying to get her to yell at me again. Trying to make Gunny happy. I'm sorry. Do you want to say your top 10? Go ahead.
Nope, I'm good now.
I'll let you say your top 10 at the end with me.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Good.
I feel like I've hurt her feelings now. I feel so bad.
What a dick.
Uh,
You're such a dick, Ray.
well, she's the one that chose me, so.
That's the reason why I'm gonna cry at night, you guys.
I get it. Clams, you know what? Now we get it.
It's really hard.
Both guys.
He's just so mean sometimes.
Yeah. Let it out, girl. Just let it out.
Let's not talk about how I found her a townhome that she wanted.
He's not gonna get a hug to
Hey.
I never get that. What do you mean?
You better catch her outside.
No, if we're outside, we're doing something wrong. Both Crazy and Guy in the chat are like, Ray, and Crazy says, I'm couch bound now. Gunny says, I wanted to hear the FU louder than before. Guy says, get him, Clamsy. Wow, I get no backup here, huh? That's pretty rude. 48 minutes ago, I would like to say thank you to Variable Bo for following the Dave Axis channel. Thank you very much for being a follower.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Kevin says, join the couch crew, Ray. Crazy says, the TV's by the couch, so I don't mind. I mean, the TV's right across from the couch here, too, so I don't mind, I guess. I mean, either way, I have a TV right next to me in the fucking bedroom because we don't have the money to buy a mount yet. Annie, Gunny, what you think about a cold glass bottle of Coke? Change it to Pepsi? I'm down, but my name's not Gunny, so I don't know why.
How about soda or pop?
We're not having this conversation. Annie says nope. So good luck with that, Dave. Nope. We'll move on to the next game. Game 6 that happened the first game on Friday after Independence Day, after all the fireworks have gone off and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, what everybody thought was just going to be a blowout turned out to be an actual pretty good fucking game. We got Florida and Notre Dame. I was not able to get the motion boards because Dave fucked up on transitions and it covered the transition boards. I threw a pass. It got immediately interception. Immediately intercepted. The Gators would do nothing with that interception. I would hand the ball off to Lil Cy. Notre Dame would go up 7-0. 1st and 10 for Florida. Tommy Tebow would drop back. He's looking. He's going to try to run it himself. He's running up the gut. Defense nowhere to be found. He picks up the 11-yard touchdown. Would tie the game 7-all. Tommy says, you ain't coming into my fucking home turf now and getting a win, Ray. As Ray gets sacked. Ray would go down with an injury for a little bit there. So the backup quarterback is out there. He's looking to pass it in the end zone to Deacon Moss for the 11-yard touchdown. That would be the only passing attempt for Brendan Clark. But the Gators are in the red zone. They hand it off to T-Roy. T-Roy does a little curdle, and he gets flipped into the end zone to tie the game back up 14-all. Ray would enter the game again, fake the handoff the little side, doing a little dance, making a little love. Finds BFJ tonight down the middle of the field. He shrugs off a defender. He picks up a huge gain on that catch. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Very next play, Ray finds Lil Side down the middle. He's fighting his way into the end zone to bring it 21-14. Very next drive, Tommy Tebow tries to flip out, but it's going to be bouncing off of the Notre Dame defender, and Jacob Andrew goes diving and picks up the ball, recovering the fumble, putting Notre Dame's offense back in the red zone. 2nd and 6, Ray's throwing a dot to the left side. That's Brian fucking Jefferson for the touchdown, make it 28-14. In the swamp, Tommy Tebow would finally figure out how to play football as he throws to the right side, finds Asher Nightshade for the touchdown, bringing the lead back down to 1 score. Ray on the 25, very first play, throwing a bomb down the right side, has a wide open, burnt the defender by the name of Joseph Delaney, 80 yards, picks up his first touchdown of the game. Spoiler alert, he has more. Tommy Tebow would drop back in the backfield alone as he's throwing a complete dumbass interception to Roy Vega. As you can see here, I slowed it down nice and well for you. Look at him grab that ball, and his foot just cleanly lands in bounds, picking up the interception on Tommy Tebow and basically just shoving Stormblade to the ground, too. Look at how slow Stormblade falls down to the ground. So sad. Like a man that just got killed. 3rd and 16. Ray's throwing a bomb down the left side and finds an open wide receiver by the name of Joseph Delaney once again for his second touchdown. Spoiler alert, he still has touchdowns. Tommy Tebow would find the connection to Jitterbug in the corner for the touchdown. Makes it 42-28, 37 seconds left. Do you think Notre Dame's done yet, Dave?
Nope.
I don't think so. They find Joseph Delaney down the left side for the hat trick and the touchdown to put the Irish up 49-28. And according to Khalil, that is the highest first half of football ever played by points.
Ever.
It happened in the swamp. I wouldn't rather happen to any other place, as Hunter McWaffle would find the end zone, cut the lead back down. Irish would take a field goal on their next drive. Florida would get it right back down by 20. He's feeling the pressure, and he can't get away from it. Tommy Tebow would get sacked by Eric Rapbattle. They would have to punt it away after that. 2nd and 11. Ray hands it right off the little side doing a little cutting move, running it down round the outside for the big picked up. The Fighting Irish would just take the field goal after that, after being stopped. And the little pitch to T. Roy, he's going up the field for 22 on that carry. Tommy Tebow would find a man right there in the middle. I don't know how the defense didn't pick that off, but Lucas Stormblade would find his first touchdown of the game. Makes it 55-42. Ray finds it in the red zone once again. He finds a wide open Joe Wilkins Jr. I believe that is our 5th string wide receiver for a touchdown. Makes it 62-42. Ray would get the ball right back once again, but he's getting absolutely dragged down by Tyler Hunt for the sack. Irish would have to punt it away after that. Tommy Tebow now near midfield. He's throwing it over the middle, finds his open wide receiver of Jitterbug. 22 yards once again. Later on in the drive, 2nd and goal, 40 seconds left. He hands it off to T. Roy Gaines. T. Roy Gaines just walking right into the end zone for the 2-yard touchdown. And you think that's going to be it? No, because my dumbass special teams decided to let it bounce off his chest, and Tavish Bloodbane would get the onside kick recovery. But only 43 seconds, right? And it's 22 seconds, and they're in the red zone. Tommy Tebow drops back. He's looking, trying to find somebody. Nobody's able to fucking put pressure on him. But Asher Nightshade will find an open spot in the end zone. So now the game is 62-56. Will they get a miracle? No, he actually found the hands on the special teams recovery this time. Brandon Lazy would find his hands, and the Notre Dame Irish would walk into the swamp and walk out your victors as the homecoming for both Ray Bashan and Joseph Delaney would prove to be successful. They walk out with the win, 62-56. My God, look, 42 points from the Fighting Irish in the second quarter. That is insane, Dave.
Dude, 63 between both teams is equally insane. I mean, 63 points. We sometimes don't even see that in the whole fucking game, let alone one quarter. Crazy.
Both offenses were just on fire. And what I just noticed after when I was filling this out, like the Gators went 7-21, 7-21 throughout that entire game.
Yeah, I think that third quarter, I mean, obviously the second quarter getting scored out by 3 points or 3 touchdowns, but that third quarter is when the Gators needed to come back and kind of get back in the ball game, make a statement, and they didn't. They waited too long, and by that time it was pretty much over.
Yeah. The missed hands on the special team for Gators to get that offensive, the onside recovery also kind of helped them out too, give them a little bit of hope. But it looks like our special teams just figured out how to shut the door on them finally.
I mean, fantastic game. I mean, any other time that Tebow throws for 5 touchdowns and almost 400 yards and they score 56 points, they're probably going to win the ball game, right? But not that night.
Yeah. As you're talking about Tebow, I mean, look at Tebow. Tommy Tebow had 34 for 43, 395 yards, 4 touchdowns thrown, and 1 interception only. 79%. Didn't really look like the Tommy Tebow I kind of wanted to face, but hey, I love a good competition in a game. T. Roy Gaines had 18 attempts for 115 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Jitterbug Watkins, 3 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown. And over on the defense, Nate Ironsides was able to grab that 1 interception off me in the beginning of the first quarter. 7 tackles, 1 for loss. Take that interception for -1 yard, but he basically just kneeled it in the end zone, so I don't know why they -1 yard him for that. Florida's next game, they'll travel to Missouri Wednesday night. The first game on Wednesday, they'll try to make that 3-4 record a 4-4 record, as the Gators are surprisingly on that 3-loss streak now. After being so hot early in the season, they have now lost 3 straight. What do they got to change about that Gators offense?
Well, here's the thing. A couple things. Number one, I mentioned earlier, this league, especially as we've doubled the amount of games this season with 15 games, it's streaks, man. It's streaks. And right now, they had a good streak. Now they're on a bad streak. But what Florida Gators have to do to start winning is Tebow needs help, bro. Tebow can't throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns all by himself every game. And I don't even know if it was 5 touchdowns. It was 5 total touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a rushing touchdown.
You have 1 rushing, yeah. So T-Roy needs to step up. Jitterbug needs to step up. And let's be honest, that defense can't give up 62 points every fucking week and expect to win.
I would say Tommy Tebow needs to focus more on his human wide receivers, because it seems like his main 2 targets when passing the ball has either been Lucas Stormblade or Asher Nightshade.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not I wouldn't disagree with that. And you know what? The tight end, Mikael Becker. He's the best tight end in all of the AACL. He won tight end of the year last season. Where's he been this season?
Absolutely nowhere. I mean, we called his game maybe once or twice during the entire highlights. I don't think he even had a touchdown.
I feel like it's been like that every week for them.
They need to find a way to get that offensive groove and throw the ball to many different receivers instead of just the usual 2 between Lucas and Asher.
Well, they better listen. We're at the halfway point of the season. Now's a good time to turn things around. So we'll see how they do coming up here in week 8.
Yeah, because isn't the Gators going into a custom playbook now?
They've been running a custom playbook.
Oh, they've been running the custom,
right? So that when they were 3-0 or whatever they were, 2-1 or 3-1 or whatever they were to start the season, same playbook. They make changes week to week, sometimes, not all the time. But I bet he makes some changes this week.
Make some huge changes this week. Over on the Fighting Irish side, Ray Bashan, the dot machine, as I like to call myself, 23 for 33, 433 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception, having that very, very fucking nice 69% completion rating. Lil Cy, 24 attempts, 117 yards, and 1 touchdown. Joseph Delaney had to be the star wide receiver of the game. 6 catches, 197 yards, and the hat trick of touchdowns. And over on the defensive side, Jacob Andrews had 10 tackles, 1 ATK, 2 for a loss, and a fumble recovery. Leathers in the chat said this game was crazy. It was a fun one to call. Do you agree with Leathers, Dave? Because I believe you were there with him.
Yeah, it was a fun one to call. But here, you got to also remember what's something you touched on it, but you didn't at the beginning of talking about this game, but didn't really dive into it. The fact of you and Delaney coming back to the swamp after playing there before, transferring and coming home, you guys had something to prove. And apparently, if you look at both your stats, you both did. I mean, you had 69% pass completion percentage. You should win Player of the Week just because it's 69%. But Delaney doesn't have those big games all the time either. And you and him, you knew you were coming home. You wanted to prove a point. And you did. You stepped your game up. And, I mean, that second quarter says it all right there.
Yeah, just Joseph Delaney being able to burn those defenders and me being able to have the eyes to find them just down the field wide open. Usually I'm not good with the deep balls. I've been finding that rocket of an arm here recently.
All of a sudden, yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. With that being said, vote for Ray Bashan if you haven't already for Offensive Player of the Week. because that's an amazing game. I didn't have to go into overtime to get my stats. I did that in regular time. We'll get that. We'll get back to that later. I kind of stole that away from Joseph Delaney. It felt like a little battle between me and Joe to try and get Offensive Player of the Week this week.
Yeah, you guys kind of fucked each other on that. I think if people split the votes with you guys, then you guys are screwed.
Hey, if both of us takes it on the week, I'd be happy with that.
That's never happened before, I don't think.
No, it hasn't happened. We've gotten close. It's been like one vote every single time, but we've never had a tie.
I mean, I think we did in other seasons, just not this season.
Yeah, probably not this season. I've definitely haven't seen it this season. Crazy Canuck raised balls don't get deep very often. Ask Clams about that. I deter that to Clams.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think it was a question. It was a fact. It was a statement of fact.
Notre Dame has another test ahead of them. As you saw, they had Penn State earlier. They got completely blown out by Blitzkrieg in Penn State. I decided to pad my stats a little bit. Had 4 touchdowns and an interception there. They have a hell of a game coming up next week. They are going to LSU to face the Tigers and try and knock them down a peg now after blowing out the Gators I can't say blowing out. They blew them out in the second quarter, but not throughout the entire game.
Yeah, the rest of the game was yeah. You know what? I gotta be honest with you though. If I'm a Notre Dame team trying to get to 500, LSU is one of the places I don't want to go to try to accomplish that.
Oh no! I mean, LSU also. I mean, they've been on that slow start as well, and it just seems like it continues now. So we'll see if this high-powered offense that the new Fighting Irish found this week can move it on to next week, and we'll see if LSU's defense has an answer for me and Joe. But what I want to see that Notre Dame defense get better and try to stop Brute Bandit and Larry Ballin in the backfield.
Agreed. It'll be a nice matchup to watch.
Gunny said, voted for Annie Beaverhausen for AACL Team Mother of the Season. This Coke is for you. Crazy says, I can't afford another OnlyFans sub. Otherwise, I would have.
Oh,
yeah. On April Fool's, I made an OnlyFans page and then posted on Twitter that I made one. I think it's still active. I just haven't been on it in a while. I don't
people
remember
fell for that.
shit. No,
people
not
fell
really.
for that shit.
They know I'm not stupid enough to do that. I'm too small to do that. Everybody would look at it and be like, "Hey, does the sub come with a free microscope?" Notre Dame increases their record to 3-4. Florida drops to 3-4 as well. That was the record-breaking first half of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Florida Gators. Like I said in the Discord, it was nice for me to come back to the Swamp and get the win there. I will always treat the Swamp as my first home, or as my only home, because that's where I started my career here in AACL, being the free safety for the Florida Gators, having that record-breaking tackle until Ron Haynes decided, hey, that's enough from Ray. I want that record. I love the Swamp. The Swamp is a beautiful place, and I will never disrespect it. It was nice of them to let me hold the Gator head, though. That was great of them.
I was actually surprised they found you to be able to do this show tonight. I was wondering why you were late. I was getting ready to put a missing persons out in the swamp somewhere.
No, I'm good. I was too busy being in those books for the next game because, like I said, we have LSU next, man. I got to be studying. I got to be looking at that defense and seeing where I can pinpoint the weakness in that defense.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think... LSU is at home. That's where their 2 losses are, so maybe we'll put the third one there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's actually a great point.
Maybe we can put that third L on LSU at home.
LSU 4-0 on the road. 1-2 at home, I think it was.
I believe so.
Yeah, 1-2 Yeah, no, that's right. 1-2 at home, 4-0 on the road.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Unbelievable.
We'll move on to the second to last game. Speaking of Crazy Canuck, it's going to be his team and Guy Clausen's team, I should say. Sorry, Guy Clausen. I didn't forget about you, buddy. We're moving on to Penn State and Iowa highlights. Nobody thought this was going to be as close as it was. Guy Clausen dropping back. He's looking around, doing a little dance. He's going absolutely nowhere, though. He's getting sacked for 7 yards by Hannibal Crow. That would make it a 3rd and goal. Penn State would get stopped, have to make a field goal, take the lead 6-3. Marco Swift throwing down the field, has a wide open man. He gets dragged down. That's Corn Hub for 54 yards. Iowa Hawk Tuas would get nowhere with it. They would take a field goal. Guy Clausen stepping back there, finding a man. I believe that's Max Knight down the middle. He picks up 20 yards. Penn State still going down the field. It's 4th and 1. They just need a yard. Can they get it? He's finding a wide open Novocaine right there, and Novocaine's just bowling over a man, and he's going to run it into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Penn State would lead 13-6. Iowa needing an answer back after that. He throws it down the field. That's Ethan Flowers for the 21-yard catch. Iowa would just take the field goal, make it 13-9, and Cam getting the wide receiver sweep, and he's running it down the field for the Penn State touchdown. They would extend their lead 20-9. Iowa would do absolutely nothing. Penn State would get the ball back, and Guy Clausen just doing Guy Clausen things, finding his receiver in the middle, making a defender miss, and hashtag CGQ finds the end zone for the 27-9 lead. Later in the second quarter, Marco's throwing down the field, but he's finding nothing but a Penn State Nittany Lion defense picking off the ball. Penn State trying to run down the field before the second quarter ends. Guy Clausen, he drops back. Plenty of time in the pocket. He's finding a hashtag CGQ once again for 27 yards. Don't know how he fell down, but he got helped up. Guy Clausen tried to do a little pitch to blitz Krieg, but Iowa was able to fall onto the ball and pick it up. And Guy Clausen getting a little earful from the coach, like, why did you even try to pitch that? You should have just took the tackle. As you see, at the beginning of the third quarter, DeHayton tries to pull down the receiver, but he got the fumble out. Look at this. The ball bounces off what I would say is the ass or the hamstring of the Iowa Hawkeye defender and finds DeHayton's hands.
You should go with ass on that one.
I'm going to go with the ass. Blitzkrieg were running up 2 yards. They would make it 34-9. It's incredible because if DeHayton actually got up on his feet instead of staring down at the Iowa Hawkeye player, he probably would have had it in the end zone for a touchdown. Jaden Swift would pick up 29 there on the catch. 1st and 10, Marco Swift says, hey, I got wheels. Penn State says, no, the fuck you don't. He drops him down for the sack. Boonberry with the 2-yard sack. 2nd and 7, Iowa just kicking field goals pretty much throughout this game. Guy Clausen would get sacked again. I believe that's Hannibal Crow once again for his 2nd sack of the game. Penn State would go absolutely nowhere. Iowa would get the ball back. Marco Swift feeling the pressure coming all around him, but he still can't get out of that fucking pocket. Boonberry with his 2nd sack of the game. Iowa would find their way down the field. 6:45 left in the third quarter. Marco Swift once again getting sacked. He fumbles the ball against the chest of the defender sacking him, and Penn State would pick it up. Look at this. The ball bounces in between the chest of both guys. Penn State would pick up the fumble. Penn State would take the field goal after that, and Marco Swift just doing Marco Swift things, throwing an interception straight to the Penn State defense. Looks like he's going to go for a pick 6. Is he going to get there? No, he's going to get shoved out by a fat man. Mickey Malelo with the interception and the long return. Penn State once again would just take the field goal. 1st and 10, Marco Swift drops back. He's looking over the right side. He has an Ethan Flowers for a 13-yard touchdown, but it seems to be too little, too late for Iowa as Penn State would continue their undefeated run and go 7-0 on the season, still remaining the only undefeated team in the AACL with the 40-19 victory. I do not ever think that we ever would see Penn State being the undefeated team in this season.
I'm not surprised to see them undefeated. I mean, they finished 3rd last season, right? They finished 3rd. They went to the playoffs. They won the consolation game, so they finished 3rd last season. What people don't remember, we make fun of Iowa a lot, but people don't realize that Iowa last season could put up 60 points on you without even blinking an eye. Now they didn't do it this game, as you're looking at your screen, though, is more of a testament to Penn State's defense, which I've been talking about all season. With Haxel and DeHayton and Navarro and all those guys, and then Boonberry coming in this season, like they and Odeon, like they just have so many playmakers on defense, and that's why you don't see this very often in the AACL either, Ray. Single digit, 19 points.
Yeah. It's hard to get past that Penn State defense. As a man that went against it, got immediately tackled or sacked by a cornerback blitz from DeHayton, it's hard to go against that Penn State defense and try to come out positive.
I think it's the best defense in the AACL.
Possibly one of the best defenses in the AACL. We're joined in the booth by Grant Hardaway.
Did you ask him to come in? Because I muted him because I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't ask him to come in, but I'm more than welcome for him to come in. What's up, Grant?
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that. Yeah, he sounds like he's at work or driving or something like that. So
Sounds like he's about to get in a bar fight.
I don't know. I just server muted him. I think he was probably coming on to watch the show. Didn't realize what we were doing. Maybe.
Oh, possibly. All right. Penn State side, Guy Clausen, 30 for 37, 389 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 81% completion rating. Blitzkrieg had a quiet night, 17 attempts, 89 yards, and 1 touchdown. Hashtag CGQ had 5 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. And Mickey Malelo being the top performer on that defense of the night, 8 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 interception for 43 yards, and he also had a deflection. We'll see if that defense can hold up as they go on to face Kansas at home. First game on Tuesday, like we've already talked about, Penn State still being that undefeated team, still being the top team in the AACL with that 7-0 record. The Iowa Hawkeyes, on the other hand, Marco not so swift, 33 for 41, 389 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions with an 80% completion rating. Jaden also not swift, 22 attempts for 63 yards. As you can see why I put him as also not swift. Ethan Flowers had 8 catches for 170 yards and 1 touchdown. Leathers, thank you for reminding me that is Mickey Malelo's first interception on the season.
That's right. That's right. Hey, real quick, too, something interesting I wanted to say. That Penn State, you said this week, they're hosting Kansas, correct?
No, yeah, they're hosting Kansas.
They're hosting Kansas. That will be, and let me look at it right here, that will be their 6th home game this season already. So they've got to play the bulk of the second half of the season on the road.
I mean, if anything, from their road games right now, I mean, it doesn't seem like the road games are pretty much of a problem for Penn State.
Well, they've only played 2 of them, and this is one of them right here. So there's not really a good sample size yet, right? Yeah. They're 5-0 at home. If they beat Kansas, they'll be 6-0, and they only get 8. So they will only have 2 home games the second half of the season.
That should be a definite test of strength for Penn State to see if they can continue this undefeated run or if they can continue being the top team in the AACL.
Yeah, if they can make a run with all those road games and still hold on number 1, then that's super legit for sure.
Yeah, and we're looking at a team. We're looking at the next Auburn in the AACL pretty much.
If they can do that.
Yeah. And I didn't see anybody special on the defensive side for Iowa, so I just put Cornhub up there as well because he had 7 catches for 126 yards. So I wanted to give him his flowers as well.
I'm sure he appreciates that. I think who was the player of the game on defense for Iowa? Was it anybody?
Let's see.
Was it a human? Oh, it was Philly Collins.
Philly Collins.
Two tackles, both for loss, a sack and a fumble recovery. It's not terrible, but it's not jumping off the page at me either.
Yeah, that fumble recovery was off of the bad pitch from Penn State.
From Guy, yeah.
Yeah. Genny says kicker. The Hawkeyes next game, they're going to be facing UNLV at home. That would be the late game on Tuesday. Their record is 4-3, so they're dancing around the .500 range as well. Now back on the losing bracket side of things. But honestly, the Hawkeyes team hasn't been bad. It's just been their defense that bails them out. But if the defense is not there to show, then that offense is not going to show anything as well.
Which is surprising. Like I said before, same offensive players that they had last season when they put up a lot of points. I don't know what's going on over there.
They gotta get their head out. They gotta get their heads out of the clouds and focus straight on the game. That's pretty much what Iowa has to do. We'll see how well they do against UNLV. UNLV again on that 2-loss streak. One of these teams are probably going to get off their loss streaks and find that higher ground for their team. So that should be a hell of a game this Tuesday at 10 p.m. As we move on to the final game, and I will go ahead and let you guys know we have 2 separate segments for this game because of some very hilarious shit that happened at the end of the game. If you were not there, you missed out on one hell of a game. That game was insanely nuts. It's probably the best game that has ever been played in the AACL. And I was so excited to actually be on that game. I thought the 4 overtimes with Auburn and Missouri was great, and then this one just blew that one straight out the fucking water.
Dude, listen, there was probably 4 games, which is half the games this, in a week because we play 8 every week, that could have been legit game of the week. But this one was just off the fucking rails, man.
I'm surprised you could do math on that one.
Well, I have racy McMath is hard, but regular math is not.
As we'll move on to the final game. I can't believe I'm already at an hour and a half of doing this. That's insane.
This is what happens when you bring me on the show. We fucking talk too much.
Yeah, pretty much. Khalil, this Auburn-Nebraska game might be the game of the year so far. I completely agree. Let's get into the highlights. You got Auburn hosting Nebraska. As we start off the game, 6 minutes left in the first. Pink Lisa will take the ball. I would like to also point out that this is husband versus wife with Pink Lisa versus Dave Axis. Pink Lisa would get it started off with a rushing touchdown, puts Auburn up 7-0. Brooks dropping back. She's looking down the left side. She finds a Dave Axis Jr., and he's running into the end zone for the 46-yard touchdown. Ties it up 7-all.
Pink Lisa, cash me outside. How about that?
Very next drive, Pink Lisa finds the defender outside and shows him how about that as she's running down the left side and takes it into the end zone for
Catch me outside. How about that?
For the long touchdown, puts them up 14-7. Nebraska would find a field goal. Pink Lisa gets the ball once again. She's getting sacked for 7 yards by Jaquiz Garfield III. Auburn would be forced, or actually later on in the drive, I apologize. I thought Auburn was forced upon it, but Pink Lisa would once again be sacked, this time by John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. Auburn would take the field goal. Brooke now has the ball in her hand. She's finding an open wide receiver down the field. That's Mrs. Me with the 20-yard catch. 2nd and 6. She fakes the handoff to Polly Truth. She's trying to find something, but again, Dave Axis is over there, number 7. He just, I guess, missed up his route on where he was supposed to run. So Brooke throws it straight to Mike Twinscrew with his first pick of the game.
She threw it to the wrong spot.
Pink Lisa would get sacked once again by John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. Would go absolutely nowhere. Auburn would have to punt it away. Brooks throwing it down the left side. She finds a wide open Mrs. Me for the long touchdown to tie the game back up 17-all. A 3rd and 6 after Auburn would get shut out, 3 and out. Brooks throwing down the field, but finds once again a twin screw of Mike's for his 2nd interception of the game.
He screwed us twice.
He screwed them twice, as Dave said in the cast. Clamsy Wamsy would find a 23-yard touchdown right down the middle to give Auburn its lead right back. Brooke drops back. She's trying to look to the right side, but she finds a man also on the Auburn side, intercepted. Whoever number 2 is, that man just plucked it out of the air from Brooke.
I think it was Pence.
Pence. Okay, that makes sense. He would find Pence. Auburn would take the field goal after the interception, but Brooke would find Dave Axis Jr. in the middle for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Drops it back to 3. And Brooke, just doing Brooke things, finds a Speedy Gonzalez, who was not so speedy, it seemed, on that one.
That was 4th gear Gonzalez.
He would get tackled behind, and then Polly Truth would find the truth that's inside the end zone to give Nebraska the lead. I believe it's first lead of the game. As Pink Lisa, I swear she punched that ball straight to John Samuel. Others say she shuttled it. I don't know, but it worked. Auburn takes the lead right back, 36-31. Brooke finds the backup running back Marquise Stepp doing the 1-2 step into the end zone for Nebraska's touchdown. Nebraska going for 2. Brooks running out. She finds the man in the backfield. That's Levi Falco. Nebraska's now up by 3. Pink Lisa needs to get it in the end zone. She'll do just that as she finds Krista for the Auburn touchdown. They would take the lead right back at 4. Brooke doing a little pitch to Polly Truth, and Polly Truth finds the wide open Speedy Gonzalez for the 48-yard touchdown. What the hell just happened? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Speedy Gonzalez, nice little trick play. Polly Truth would finish that with an 800 QBR passer rating. Like, well done to Polly Truth on that catch and pass.
Player of the week.
Dave says player of the week to pretty much everybody but me. And ladies and gentlemen,
213 other players of the week.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for y'all. If y'all did not get to hear this in going into the final few minutes of this game, I'm going to let y'all listen to this right now. This was probably the best moments of this entire game. If you thought it was just a back and forth motion right here, you're about to see the final minute and 3 seconds, and then you're going to see the overtime happen between Auburn and Nebraska. And I just want to warn y'all right now, just listen to Dave throughout this entire thing. I hope y'all enjoy this.
3rd and 16, though. I don't like this.
Denied.
Watch out for
It's not
Gavin.
a dating site. Why the fuck am I here then?
Watch Gavin Duke down the sideline. Fuck. Look at the top of
Lisa
your
drops
screen.
back.
Top of your screen.
She's looking, throwing down the right
Other
side.
side. Oh.
It's Gavin Duke. Going into the end zone. Untouched for the 60-yard.
It's Mel Davis.
Oh, it's Mel Davis.
Yeah, Gavin was at the top. It was one of them. I knew it was going to be one of them. Son of a bitch.
Lisa spiked the ball and said, I know what we're doing next. Mel Davis runs it down 60 yards, and Auburn takes the 4-point lead once again.
It's all right, Brookie. We got fucking 56 seconds and 3 timeouts, baby. Let's do it.
Special plays, special players.
Ooh,
We got
that was pretty good.
Serious.
There's the kick. It's going to Dave. I think he's just going to knee it in the end zone, though. Takes it out on the 25. Here's Speedy Gonzalez. 3 catches, 110 yards.
He's had
7
4
targets.
What are you saying, Michaela?
He had 7 targets. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know.
He's dropped 4 passes.
He's had 7 targets. He dropped 8 passes.
He's 3 catches, so that's 4, Dave.
Math is hard.
Brooks going down the field.
No.
Oh, and then fires again. Taking the focus on what Dave was just doing.
I was. Oh my god!
Dave goes, oh! Steve Slursman, no! As Brooke is getting sacked.
Dude, I thought that ball was going to me. I was wide open. She threw it to the deeper receiver. Oh my god!
Brooke gets sacked for 80 yards. Nebraska gets forced to call their first timeout. Brooke drops back, feeling the pressure. Just threw it to the shoulder.
Hey bro, turn around. Hey bro, turn around.
Threw it to the shoulder of the wide receiver.
And she's just
it all comes down to this.
4th and 18. Fuck.
It all comes down to this. 18 yards. You continue the game. Brooke throws it over the middle.
Go, motherfucker! Go, motherfucker! Go! Go, bitch!
No! I have Bam with the touchdown for Nebraska.
I'm fucking done.
He always says he's a badass motherfucker, and he just proved it there.
Oh my god. That was too much. That was too fucking much. I
The
am
defenders
Bam.
collided with each other on the crossing route, and Bam comes out with the ball.
Hey, are you Groot? No. I am Bam.
I am Bam.
Special teams, special plays, special
I'm
players.
sweating. I'm
Dude,
fucking
fuck,
sweating.
I thought it was over right here.
I
will say.
What's that?
I will say. 30 seconds left and one timeout.
What was Michaela saying? No, 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 no!
Oh my God!
No!
Oh my god.
That's the greatest game ever!
Holy shit.
What was Michaela trying to say? Oh my god.
You need to throw her laptop.
It's the game now.
I was like, where's the black screen? Come on, black screen. Come on, black screen.
Lisa drops back. Throw it over the middle. That's
Run that clock.
for the 2
Run that
yards.
clock. Run that clock, baby.
4 to 2 yards. They have to hurry up and get to the line.
Come on, there you go. 13
seconds.
They're saving that.
There's,
they're saving that timeout for a field goal.
Yeah.
I think this shit's going to overtime. They're saving that timeout for a fucking field goal. Watch.
They have to get in field goal range first.
Holy
They will.
fuck, this is insane.
Holy shit, Gavin Duke almost ran that shit back if he didn't get
I
fucked by
almost
his
lost
own
my
teammate.
fucking shit when he almost did, too.
Throwing down the left side.
No, no, no!
Krista has it for 20 yards. Krista fucking has it.
What the fuck? Way to go, champ!
The controversial
Throw the red
catch.
flag.
Dave
Throw the red
swears
flag.
without-
She's out of
is
bounds. Throw the red
She's
flag.
out of bounds.
Where's the
She
red
was fucking
flag?
out of
Throw the red
bounds.
flag. Throw the red flag. Oh my motherfuck!
And they're lining up for the field goal.
Block that shit.
6 seconds left.
We're going.
Oh my god.
Is that
The kick. It's up.
fuck?
Let's go. Oh my God! What a fucking game, ladies and
What's up,
gentlemen.
brother?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 3 seconds, baby. We got 3 seconds.
Holy shit!
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
And we got the timeout for Nebraska to try and ice the kicker on a
I
kickoff
don't-
for some reason.
Well, you never know.
Stupid.
Oh, come on. Run it back, baby. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
Maxis running the ball out.
Oh, you should
immediately
turn
gets
outside,
tripped
you
up
dumb son of a bitch.
after the defender gets off the block. And ladies and gentlemen, for the second straight week, Auburn is heading to overtime.
Holy fuck sticks.
What a fucking game!
Stupid.
Oh my god. All right. Come on, fuck.
And Auburn will get the ball first in overtime. 53-53.
Let's go. Let's just pick 6 that bitch and end it.
Fakes the handoff to Highwind. Lisa's taking it herself, trying to get it to the outside. Can she break the tackle? She breaks the first, but she can't break the second. 2nd and 2. My God, Krista with a clutch catch for 20 yards to put him in field goal range. I thought that was picked.
She was out of bounds.
Throws it over the middle, has Mel Davis right there, first and goal.
She was fucking out of bounds, bro.
My God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Crazy Canuck. I don't like this stress, man.
Lisa taking the ball herself, trying to run it up the gut, and she's into the end zone for the Auburn Tiger. Fucking Clam's daughter over here mistaking the team for the other one and said "fuck you" after Pink Lisa scored the touchdown.
Teams, special plays, special players.
Good on her. Good on her.
So she's got it. Yeah, she's got it right. She's got it right.
I hear a scholarship in the future for her from Nebraska.
Come to Lincoln.
First and 10. Brooke takes the snap, drops back. She's looking, trying to find somebody, throws it to the right side. It is picked off. The interception woes continue for Brooke.
Thank you
And
for your
Auburn,
patronage.
after dropping 4 overtimes against Missouri, they find it on the Watson interception. And Auburn gets their second win of the fucking season. My God, what a game. Holy shit. Oh my God.
She was out of bounds.
Nope.
Oh, I don't think I've ever been more happy to have Dave on a call than when it's during his team and the most crucial points of the game. It's the greatest fucking thing ever.
Okay, she was out of bounds. We zoomed in and we looked at it. It was inconclusive at best. Inconclusive at best. I think we can all agree that they should have at least thrown the red flag so we could have gotten a better look. The mere fact that the red flag was not thrown was fucking bullshit.
They should have at least pulled up the referees and been like, yeah, we're gonna take a look at this. But that's the reason why it's college football revamped, and this is why we're getting a new game.
Now I heard I read it on social media afterwards that the referee who called that inbounds and also wouldn't let us throw the red flag to challenge that play was wearing a light green shirt underneath his stripes.
What is wrong with you?
Well, first of all, it's under 2 minutes, so you can't throw the red flag.
Fuck those rules. No, it's not under 2 minutes. It's there's no time. It's like it's over 2 minutes. It's under 2 minutes. It is 2 minutes. It's not a time down, so it should be allowed. Fuck that guy.
Apparently, the ref that fucked over Penn State in the preseason tournament was the one that just decided to be there for Dave. Look at Dave grabbing the ball away from Krista and be like, "Fuck you! It's a first down."
Fuck that.
It's the same guy ref that did the fuck you.
The new Pink Lisa, the old Pink Lisa.
No, you just now noticed that.
I did just notice that.
You're finally...
I'm so fuming about the fucking out of bounds thing.
Fuck you, Ray.
That's all I wanted from that. Thank you. The final score of the game, 60-53 in overtime in favor of Auburn. Auburn with the old Pink Lisa, not in age, but just how she just looked like her previous self. 31 for 44, 349 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 70% completion rating. Pink Lisa was also the best running back of that game, 16 attempts for 87 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mel Davis, the wide receiver, 10 catches for 160 yards and a touchdown, and Twin Screw, the free safety, with the 4 tackles, 1 ATK, 2 interceptions, and 28 yards. Over on the Nebraska side, you got the new Pink Lisa, 25 for 37, 485 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions with a 67% completion rating. Polly Truth, 25 for 114, 1 touchdown. Mrs. Me, 6 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown. She's been on a tear since joining the AACL. And Ty Patak, 10 tackles, 2 for a loss, and a sack on Pink Lisa. Auburn next week. Seems like they have an easy game, but I don't know. Miami showed up out of nowhere this week to pick up their first win. Auburn will travel to Miami to take them on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. with their now 2-5 record. Meanwhile, Nebraska has a home game against Syracuse Thursday at 7 p.m. and will try to get a win right back after dropping a close one to Auburn. Mrs. Canuck is in the chat. Mrs. Canuck, we held a moment of silence for your mother. We are so deeply sorry for your loss, and we are always going to be here for you and Crazy whenever y'all need it.
100%. We're a community. That's what we're here for.
Khalil says Auburn losing this week, calling it right now. Michaela in the chat says, "Fuck you, Ray." I don't know why I deserve that.
I would like to throw a challenge out to Mrs. Krista Shalizzi. Come on the show tomorrow night and confess.
Confess to what? That it was a catch?
That she was out of bounds. She knows. She knows. She knows, and I know.
If this game wasn't so old, maybe we would have had a better angle at that catch.
I'm just still blown away that they didn't fucking.
We should have honestly pulled up the instant replay when it happened, but we were too focused.
Oh, I'm too fucking afraid. I'm never doing that again, ever.
I can hit up her finance to get her to get on.
Fiance?
I think that's what she meant, but I'm.
Wait, who said? Where do you see that?
Michaela in the chat says I can hit up her finance.
Oh, are you talking about JoJo?
Finesse.
Yeah, no, JoJo can't come on. He left the server, never came back, so he can't.
Oh no, she's gonna hit him up to try and get Krista on.
Gotcha. Dude, I doubt Krista even watched the game. She probably has no idea what we're even talking about.
Justin in the chat. Wow, the hate on Ray right now. I know, right? It's so undeserved. All this hate that I'm getting.
Who said that?
Justin Reside.
Oh, Justin's not even. He doesn't have a player in this league.
I know. He's one of my friends.
Justin was. How is he one of your friends? You have friends?
Yeah.
All the hate.
What's up, Michaela?
Said Ray deserves all the hate.
I don't deserve any of the hate. Look, I'm calling you the new Pink Lisa. That's good, right?
Sure.
Y'all had the same amount of touchdowns. You threw 4 times more picks than her, but either way.
Fuck off.
I was trying to see what you posted in there. Oh well.
It wouldn't load.
My God. Yeah, when that happened, that was the main conversation was I had to get that clipped with the audio so all of you guys could hear that. How you even get in this league, Dave? Like, is there a Discord or something, bro?
Who said that? Justin Reside, really? Oh, I'm shocked he doesn't know. Yeah, I can send you. I'll send it to you, bro.
I'll send it to you, Justin. Candy Cane, what's up?
Candy, do you want to join?
What's that?
Candy, do you want to join?
Hey, I will tell you this. With Justin Reside coming in and somebody else just made a player, I might open up since there's only like 2 or 3 players, rather than making them wait, I might just open up recruiting if they want to play half a season.
Can I get rid of my player then?
Candy loves being a player, apparently.
Can I get rid of my player? No, you can't fucking get rid of your player.
Not my player, someone else.
I was about to say Brooke drops out after that game.
Yeah, we'll see. If you have 13 on your team already, you won't be eligible to pick these players. So
damn
it. You picked up Mrs. Me. Honestly, which was a good pickup.
Yeah, it was.
I love the pickup of Mrs. Me. I meant like someone who's not being active at the team at all, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I got multiple of those on Notre Dame.
Oh, I know you do.
Anyways, guys, that's all the Reycapping there is for week 7. Congratulations to all the winners, all the shocking winners. Miami picks up their first W. Syracuse picks up a shocking win over Tennessee. Notre Dame coming out of nowhere and dropping 42 1/4 to beat Florida. Penn State doing what Penn State does, and the brilliancy of the fucking game that I was always hoping was going to be the case between Auburn and Nebraska. I love this week of the AACL.
It was a great week. A lot of great games.
Clams, did you want to go over your top 10 first, and then I'll go over mine?
You serious?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's high. Mm-hmm. They tried.
And you try your best, but you don't succeed.
And did you want to choose an offensive player or a defensive player?
Yeah, my offensive player is me.
What the What the fuck?
My offensive player is Racy McMath.
Fuck you. No, we're done.
Yes.
We're done.
Yes, Clams. Yes. Yay, Clams.
No, I'm kidding. It's actually, and I'm not saying this just because he's sitting right here, and I feel like he'll throw me, but
I can't throw you.
It is Ray though, so I will say that. Defense, I wasn't paying attention.
I don't pay attention to defense either, except when I'm running by him for a
top
touchdown. Boom. No, save it for tomorrow. I don't want everybody shooting.
I'm not on the show tomorrow.
We never say Michaela's top 10 anyways.
Yeah, it's all just about Keith.
It's Keith, and then we get the top 10.
Well, all right, whatevs.
Go ahead, Michaela.
Okay. My number 1, Penn State, obviously. Then you got Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, UNLV, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Florida, and then Iowa. For the offensive player of the weeks, you got Racey McMath, Brendan Clark, and Pauly Truth. All three of them.
That's fucking
And then my
awesome.
defensive player of the week, we have Dayhayne.
I regret asking Michaela. Just want to show a little something. I don't know if Nate Hall's in here or not, but I forgot I had this from a while back ago. Got a nice little Brutus Buckeye statue made out of
What's
wood.
that say?
A little nut.
Does that say nut, fuck eyes, what? I can't quite see that.
I got this a while ago. I got this for my grandfather, but then he passed away from cancer. So I've just been keeping it to myself now. I forgot I had it, and it's been in the box the entire time since I bought it. Just wanted to show that off just in case Nate Hall was in here or any of the Buckeyes were in here.
I can tell you, actually.
Take my ugly mug off the screen now.
Thank God.
None of the no Ohio State players were in here.
Oh, okay, cool. Crazy Canuck, he just wanted to bust out his nut on screen.
That's kind of what I thought too. Oh, there you go, Crazy Canuck.
Boom. Roasted.
All right.
Whoa.
My top 10 that I put, well, I'll go down from 10 up. So I'm not going to start at number 1. I mean, obviously, we know the number 1's Penn State. You can't take Penn State out of number 1. It's kind of hard to take Penn State out of the number 1.
You're fired.
Number 10, though, I did put Auburn.
What the fuck?
Auburn climbs himself back up in the top 10. I felt like they've earned it after what just happened back there. Leathers, I'm an RL Buckeye. I appreciate it, Ray. Thank you, Leathers. Thank you.
Leathers, I thought you were a Badger fan.
Ew.
Yeah, dude. I think he like works at the University of Wisconsin or some shit. What the fuck?
Oh, I understand why he's a Buckeye fan then. Number 9, I put Syracuse. I put Syracuse back in the top 10. Felt like they've earned it after knocking off Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, Tennessee's at number 8. Number 7,
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Sound like we.
Number 7, and this is only because like pretty much almost everybody in the top 10 was like losing. Notre Dame is at number 7 for me. Number 6 is Kansas. They don't hold the number 5 position anymore.
Whoa.
I'm from Ohio originally, but yes, I have a dual fandom now. That makes sense. As long as you rooted for the Buckeyes to beat Wisconsin the both times we beat them in the Big Ten championship. Number 5, I put UNLV. I dropped them, I think, what was it, 2? I think I dropped them 2 from their previous ranking. Or maybe one of the 2. Number 4, I put Ohio State. So with everybody dropping in front of Ohio State, I felt like that gave Ohio State more reason to go up to number 4. Number 3 is Alabama. Alabama well deserved to be in top 3 after what they've doing, but I had to give the number 2 spot to LSU after their performance this past week. So that's my top 10. Penn State, LSU, Bama, Ohio State, UNLV, Kansas, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Syracuse, and Auburn squeaks back into the top 10. Offensive player of the week, of course, I voted for myself. This is the first time I've ever done it, so don't think I do that anytime.
This guy stinks!
And defensive player of the week, I had to give it to Dayhayne. That man put up a hell of a performance on defense this week. So those are my picks. That's my top 10. We will absolutely see what the Winkler ranking, the KMPR ranking is tomorrow when we do the Tonight Show with Dave and Yogi and whoever wants to be on the soundboard at that time. We will see.
It's gonna be corn.
It's corn. We will see the official top 10 rankings for week 8 going into it. And we will also find out who the actual offensive player and defensive player of the week is. I want to say once again, thank you, Dave, for joining me and having fun with all of this.
My pleasure, except for the fact that she was literally out of bounds.
Nope. is wrong with you?
I want to thank Michaela for coming in and saying "fuck you, Ray" over and over.
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that? She was out of bounds. How about that?
Nope.
Thank you to Clams for being my soundboard as always. Thank you everybody in the chat for coming in to watch the Reycap for the week 7.
Easy.
Even though I started losing my voice about 15 minutes into it, we are at 2 hours for this, so this is the longest Reycap we ever had right now. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget, come back tomorrow, Tuesday. We're going to have the 2-night show, actually on a Tuesday this time. And then we'll start off the games after tonight's show. Let me clear my throat so I can talk.
These nuts.
We'll have the 2-night show at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And then following that, we
You
will
gotta
have...
give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
I knew that shit was coming.
I
I,
was
just
waiting
knew
for
that
it
was.
too.
Yeah.
We'll have
Yep.
Kansas at Penn State and UNLV at Iowa to start off week 8. Thank you everybody for coming by. This has been the AACL Reycap. And Dave, you wanna cut us out here?
Yep. She was out of bounds. That was it. That's all I got.
That's all you have.
That's all I got.
All
I'm
right.
not singing "Turn Out the Lights, the Party's Over."
Oh
if
no,
that's
I
what
was,
you're...
I was going to let you do your usual thing.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So 3 things. Number 1, we might do some soccer tonight if you're interested. If you've been here last couple nights doing soccer with us, so that might kick off here in about 10-15 minutes. Second thing is she was 100% absolutely out of bounds, and Freddie can sing us out, and then I'll do my goodnight thing.
There you go.
Sing us out, and then I'll do my goodnight thing.
All right, Dave, here we go. Turn out the light. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Let's call it a night. The party's over. Till tomorrow night, where we start this party up again. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the AACL Reycap. She was definitely 100% out of bounds, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Good night now!